Welcome to Divine Mass, a sacred ceremony in reverence of our inner divinity. I am Ann-Peggy Heart Divine, the medicine woman and initiator of the new era of consciousness. And with great joy and deep reverence, I invite you to this unique Divine Mass and podcast held every Sunday. Light Mantra for Divine Mass. I am the light that shines in the darkness. I am one with all that is. Light from source flow through me. I am a channel for love and peace. May the light in me grow, and may the light in all of us shine brightly. Light from the universe, embrace me now. I open myself to the love, wisdom, and the truth that had always been within. I am the light. I carry the light. I share the light. May the light in me grow, and may the light in all of us shine brightly. Amen. Welcome, warm welcome to this first Divine Mass in English. I have been guided to serve this Divine Mass in English. I have done it several times in Norwegian, but when I lined up this last Divine Mass, I get the guiding, now it is time to raise up to do it in English. So that's why I'm here. I'm stepping into the future of Divine Mass. It is my great pleasure to introduce you to this sacred gathering, a celebration and reflection of universal wisdom, drawn from teachings of master teachers across various religions and tradition. We integrate wisdom from Christianity, Hinduism, Buddhism, Sikhism, Shamanism, Islam, Kabbalah, Indigenous tradition, modern psychology, future wisdom, and many more. Each Divine Mass begins with a light mantra, as you have already met, connecting you to your true origin. You will also be introduced to the Divine Design Light Manifesto, which represents the future manifesto of humanity. After a brief overview of today's theme and different spiritual traditions, we will activate the Light Manifesto and the foundation of this Mass. Every Divine Mass conclude with the blessing and healing prayer from Divine Design, followed by a closing song. We are now in a time where more and more people are awakening to the depth of their own truth, remembering that each of us carries the divine source of origin. Hundreds of years ago, some religious tradition sought to control our inherent divinity, establish a trade in indulgences where people paid for their remission of sins. But in this era, we have come to remember that each and every one of us is an expression of the light, sparkling with divine source energy. To live as an awakened being is to embody heaven on earth. Each of us has the power to project and create heaven on earth in our own unique ways. And this brings me to the theme of today, heaven on earth. This is a universal longing, yet different traditions express and embody it in unique ways. Today we will explore how various spiritual and indigenous traditions perceive and live out the concept of heaven on earth. And after this, you will be guided into your own journey of heaven on earth. So let's just step into the journey together. So welcome to Divine Mass, where we first start to see heaven on earth in Christianity. And Christianity say the kingdom of God on earth. So in Christianity, heaven on earth is often linked to the kingdom of God. As described by Jesus, the kingdom of God is within you. Luke 17:21. Christians believe that heaven on earth is realized through love, compassion, and spiritual awakening. The Lord's Prayer asks for heaven to manifest on earth. "Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven." Many Christian mystics and saints, such as Saint Francis of Assisi and Julian of Norwich, lived out heaven on earth through service, humility, and divine presence in daily life. The way Christian people live out heaven on earth is through acts of kindness, justice, forgiveness, and embodying Christ consciousness. And the next tradition is Buddhism, with their concept of nirvana and pure land. Buddhism teaches that heaven on earth is a state of enlightenment, where suffering ends and the mind is at peace. In Theravada Buddhism, nirvana is an internal awakening, freedom from suffering and illusion. Mahayana Buddhism speaks of the Pure Land, a paradise created through pure thoughts and action. And Zen Buddhism emphasizes that heaven on earth is found in the present moment through mindfulness and meditation. And Buddhists are living out their heaven on earth through mindfulness, compassion, non-attachment, and deep present in the now. The third tradition is Hinduism, with their concept of Satya Yuga and divine manifestation. Hinduism sees heaven on earth as the return to Satya Yuga, a golden age of truth and righteousness. The Bhagavad Gita teaches that when Dharma, which is cosmic order, is restored, heaven manifests on earth. Avatars like Krishna and Rama incarnated to restore balance and uplift humanity. Temples and sacred rituals serve as portals where divine energy flows into the material world. Hindus are living out their heaven on earth by aligning with Dharma, practicing devotion, which is bhakti, and embodying divine consciousness. And if we go to the Indigenous tradition, the heaven on earth is the sacred connection with nature. Many Indigenous cultures believe that heaven on earth is not a distant place, but a sacred relationship with the land, spirits, and ancestors. The Lakota speak of Mitukua Oyasin, which is "we are all related." Sorry for my spelling, maybe it's not the right way, but and "we are all related" is harmony with nature brings balance. And the Aboriginal Dream Team teaches that the land is alive with sacred stories and ancestral wisdom. Shaman and medicine people see heaven on earth as living in right relationship with all beings, plants, animals, spirits, and humans. And the Indigenous tradition way of living it out is by respecting the earth, honoring the ancestors, and walking in balance with all life. The fifth tradition is Sufism, which is Islamic mysticism, and they have the concept of the garden of the heart. Sufism and the mystical path of Islam teaches that heaven is not just a future paradise, but an inner state of divine love. The poet Rumi wrote, Be like a tree and let the dead leaf drops. Letting go of ego opens the heart to heaven. The garden, Jannah in Islam, is both a literal paradise and a symbol of inner awakening. Sufi whirling and chanting, dhikr, create a state where heaven is experienced through divine ecstasy and union with God. In Sufism, the way they live out heaven on earth is by opening the heart of divine love, practicing presence, and surrendering to the divine will. The sixth tradition is Kabbalah, which is Jewish mysticism, and they have the concept of tikkun olam and the divine blueprint. Kabbalah teachers say that heaven on earth happens when we restore divine harmony. The concept of tikkun olam, which means repairing the world, means that every act of kindness, justice, and wisdom restore the divine order. The Shekinah, divine feminine presence, dwell on earth when people live in truth and compassion. Kabbalists believe that the material world is infused with hidden sparks of divine light, and our job is to liberate and reveal that light. Jewish mysticism live out their heaven on earth by bringing more light into the world through kindness, wisdom, and sacred living. The last tradition is the New Earth and consciousness shift, where we create heaven on earth through awakening to unity. In the modern spiritual movement, heaven on earth is often seen as a shift in collective consciousness. Many believe that we are entering the golden age, a time of planetary awakening. Concepts like 5D consciousness, divine design, and unity consciousness reflect an evolution beyond fear, separation, and ego. Teaching from quantum physics, energy healing, and channeling emphasize that our vibration determines the reality we experience. The way we live it out in the new era is by shifting perception from fear to love and raising consciousness and co-create with Mother Earth, the new Earth. So, as I have reflected on these 7 different traditions, the golden thread between these traditions, even though they use different words, symbols, and teaching, they all point to the same universal truth. Heaven on earth is not just a place, it is a way of being. It is a state of love, harmony, presence, and divine connection. We create heaven on earth through the way we think, act, and relate to the world. So now I want to ask you, which of these traditions resonate most with you? And how can you personally embody heaven on earth in your daily life? And what does heaven on earth mean for us collectively in this new area of consciousness? You now get to know the Light Manifesto of Divine Mass and the foundation of our Mass. Manifest of Light for Divine Design. We believe in the divine essence, present in all living beings, a source of light, love, and creation to which we are all connected. We acknowledge our common origin in the Source, where each soul carries the seed of light and wisdom, projected into physical form to experience and evolve through life. We confess that each of us, regardless of background, culture, or belief, is an expression of the cosmic diversity, where our unique existence contributes to the wholeness of the divine design. We believe in agape, the unconditional love that connects us to each other and to the universe. This love guides us to live in harmony with ourselves, our fellow beings, and all life. We confess that through our free will, we can activate and express our highest essence, and that we are created to live in balance between the masculine and feminine, between spirit and matter, between heaven and earth. We believe in the universal law that governs both our inner and outer universe, guiding us to understand our own power and our own role in the greater cosmic unity. We acknowledge that we are all multidimensional beings, bearer of divine light, and that we are here to experience, learn, and contribute to the collective good through our divine design. Namaste. Welcome back, and I will start to speak about Martin Rutte, who is the founder of Project Heaven on Earth, and also the author of the book with the same name. He has opened up the Heaven on Earth conversation with people, sparking good new ideas about heaven and earth. And Martin has 3 questions in his Projecting Heaven on Earth. And they are: 1. Recall a time when you experienced heaven on earth. And the second question is: imagine you have a magic wand, and with it you can have heaven on earth. What is heaven on earth like for you? And the third question is: engage with it now. Start to engage with what you are here for. When he has given this question to people, they already knew what heaven on earth are on their terms. They never ask, I don't know what heaven on earth is. Maybe someone will, but he said he have never met people that say, I don't know what heaven on earth is. And later in this mass, I will guide you to a meditative journey so you can connect with your heaven on earth. But most of us have an inherent knowing about heaven on earth and why we are here. And in this first mass, I will share my experience with heaven on earth, because now I am living out heaven on earth, and I teach other people to live out their heaven on earth. I have created a course called Divine Reset, which is a course with detox. We detox from the program society rules, and then we come to the essence of our, and then when we are in the essence, the truth of us, then we are living out our heaven on earth. And I have gone through the dark night of the soul, and doing so, I didn't feel like this was heaven on earth, because that was heavy years. But when I went to it, I didn't know that this was a transformation. No one told me that going through the dark night of the soul is a transformation where I said bye-bye to the old me and transformed to the new human and being the medicine woman as I am. Because the doctor said to me in 2013 that I would die. And I will not go into the story that led up to me dying in 2013. It was habitat diseases. I speak a lot about habitat diseases, and when writing the Health Bible, one of the common theme is kind of we are getting sick because we have so many polluted habitat. So 95% of the diseases we see in the world are habitat diseases. And I was sick since I was a child because I absorbed my habitat. I was raised in a habitat with a lot of fear. In the beginning of the 1970s, there was a lot of fear, not because people were mean, but because this is where we are coming from. We are coming from the dark age, where we have a lot of frightened parts of us. So I had to transform this pattern in me going through the dark night of the soul. When I was in my dark night of the soul, I didn't know that this also was an ego death, that my ego started to die. So I actually physically prepared to die. So I told my children, I tried to hold back, but I took in that I will die. So I prepared to die. So I kind of went into a panic period, preparing to die. So I did a lot of things preparing my surroundings for my death. Contacted the Child Protected Service because I was, what would happen to my children when I die, and a lot of this stuff. But my ego had to die before I could live from heaven on earth. Before the doctor said to me in 2013 that I would die, I had a future vision. I saw that I will be the medicine woman and that I would help people to upgrade their consciousness. But even though I had a future vision, since I was going into my dark night of the soul and my ego death, I wasn't sure if I would believe it, because it was 360-degree change in perspective and everything. And it's like I wanted that to be true, but at the same time, my ego was kind of in the dark night, and it was hard to believe. And I didn't know that it was a shift from believing to knowing. We believe with our mind, we know with our heart. So the shift is from our mental concept in our mind, where we think, we believe, we are programmed, to living with an open heart, where we know who we are, we know past life, we know future life, and we kind of merge and fusion all aspects of us, all dimension. So I was in a deep detox, the same as I teach other people now. So I had to detox all my programming, open my heart more and more and more and more. And being in a dark night of the soul is pain, because transforming and shifting into another shape, it is pain. So this also invites us to see pain in another way, that pain can be a catalyst and a helping to shine more light, because my body wanted to embody more light. So the more I open and open and open, and the more light came through me, it was pain. So it is painful to be in the dark night of the soul. But if we know that in the end of the tunnel, we come to live heaven on earth. So for 6 years, I was in the dark night of the soul. And then when I came through, I was in 2 days in heaven on earth. It's like, ah! It was beautiful. But I was in heaven on earth in these 6 years, some minutes, some hours. But my goal there, when in the end of 2018, was to be sustainable. So now I am sustainable, and I have merged my past life, my future life, and that brings me into what happened after I had transformed my personality in this life. Because when I finished it, I started to get a lot of experience from past life, and I have a lot of experience being a man. I have a lot of life, like most of us have had a lot of life on Mother Earth, and 75% of my life on Mother Earth has been like a man. So I have been in so many wars, in so many fighting the masculine, the hard way. It's exhausting. So now is a time totally shift. No, we do it the feminine way. And being a man, going through this war and living through this protecting game, then we close our heart. So that's also why we call it the dark age, because we have lived from this, and we had to shut down. When I was 5 years, I had to shut down my heart, because it was so much fear in my surroundings. So if I should adjust to my habitat, I had to shut down my heart. And after I shut down my heart as a 5-year-old girl, then all the illnesses started. Then I had a lot of symptoms. So the first step of getting sick is when we shut down our heart. Living with an open heart is the biggest healer, because the heart is the portway to the God source, to the light of us, the essence. Someone think this is the essence of us, but this is just a manifestation on Mother Earth. We are borrowing this avatar on Mother Earth, but we are light. So, and I have had hundreds, maybe thousands of experiencing during, especially these 6 years of dark night of the soul, but also after that, because after my period of dark night of the soul, I have taken back future life, because I am planning my future life. I know which country, and I will be a woman once again. So now that's also why I get medicine from the future, because I'm connecting to my future life. And when I was in the dark night of the soul, I asked myself, will I come back? Because then I knew that I could come back. And I said, no way, I will never go back to Earth. This is hell. So being in dark night of the soul and also living with a lot of imbalance and sickness, it can feel like hell. So I have experienced almost 40 years with hell. So now when I live out heaven on earth, it's like, wow, I didn't believe it when my doctor finally said that I will die. So it is a totally shift to just be open and go with the flow, the divine flow. And I will share one of the opening that really gave me a big shift. Because as a medicine woman, you travel in dimension. And one of the time I travel in dimension, I was guided to the Finnmark plateau, where I'm living on the northern part of Norway, and we have a lot of plateau and a lot of snowstorm. So the setting was I was guiding to this Finnmark plateau, and I would receive a gift from my ancestor. So I was planning to go and meet my ancestor, and I saw him in the Finnmark plateau next to a fire camp. So I saw him from behind because we had a lot of clothes. It's very cold where we live. So I had a big hat and a lot of clothes, and my ancestor had a hat and much clothes. So I just saw his back sitting on a wooden stub next to the fire. So even though it was kind of a white inferno around us with snowstorm and windy like it used to be here in winter, I saw the fire long in the plateau. So I went towards my ancestor. And when I came to my ancestor, I just sat next to him. I knew it was a him. It's just a knowing. So the heart knows. As I said, it was not a mental. This journey was from the heart. I was guided through my heart. So I sat next to my ancestor, and then I felt serenity, peace of mind, and just sitting in the presence of my ancestor. I loved it. I just sat there. Everything was so beautiful. It was heaven on earth. So I really experienced heaven on earth sitting next to my ancestor. And I hadn't seen his eyes. I hadn't seen him. I just sat there and was in the presence and the space with him. And then the time came where he was supposed to give me a gift. And he rised and I rised, and then I saw in his eyes. And then I saw, wow, it was Jesus Christ. So it was Jesus. And I didn't say. So I thought, are you my ancestor? So then my mind tried, my ancestor, why are you? Because I had met Jesus several times before, but when he showed up as my ancestor, it's kind of, wow, I didn't expect that. But we didn't speak. We communicated telepathically, and he bowed his head forward and I did the same, and Jesus Christ took his third eye against my third eye, and then he transferred serenity and peace of mind. And wow, what a gift. My tear just poured, because my monkey mind has been turbulent at times. So to have serenity and peace of mind, wow, this is heaven and earth. And when I say that it was Jesus Christ, I also just have to say one thing, because I'm not raised as a Christian. I'm actually raised as an atheist, because my father and mother didn't believe in God or any religion, or my father didn't. So I wasn't baptized, I wasn't anything. So me meeting Jesus, I wanted to believe also when I was younger, but I had no education and I didn't hear anything about God, Jesus. The only thing I heard about it was at school, and it wasn't so much. So, but my path has been, I am the lineage of Jesus, because when I was born, all children are born with an innate gift for the world. And my innate gift was healing, transformational healing, just as Jesus did. So when I was a child, people came to me and they gave me a lot of money put in my pocket, kind of. And my mother said, all these people are coming to you all the time giving you money, because they felt the healing I had as a child, all the way to I was 5 years. After that, I closed my heart, and my mother pulled me back, because when I had the light also in my family, in the big family, in the society, you shed light on the darkness. And for someone, this is heavy, because I was honest, I said it as it was. And for a lot of people, they said, she's not telling the truth, because they want to protect. So I healed from I was very young until I was 5 years. After that, I kind of shut down what I was, a natural healer. So when I detoxed in my dark night of the soul, I took away all this protection that I had taken on to live the old paradigm. So I detoxed and came to my essence, becoming the healer and the medicine woman of the future. So this is where we are now. All of humanity, if we want or not, are forced into this new era. And there are thousands of ways. It is not a religious journey. If you believe in, I don't know what you believe in, but whatever you are believing, the journey will present itself in your terms. I don't know why. Yes, I know. I was supposed to say I don't know why it showed the way it did in Christianity, because I wasn't a Christian girl, but I now understand it, because it helped me to understand my healing gift. Because when I worked as a therapist for a lot of years, I had so many tools, and I wanted to help them with my tools. But patient after patient after patient came to me, no, we just want your healing. We just want your healing. And that was the time when I understood, okay, they just want my healing, but I have so many amazing tools. So I had to surrender to the natural medicine woman I was. So when I followed this healing, and the word that was given to me was, I was grace. And grace in Norwegian, we don't have a matching word for grace. So it was given that I have to follow the word grace in English or American. So I followed this word, and following grace led me to unfold heaven and earth. So I am here because I have followed the word grace and done all this journey with all my guides and my helpers and the shift we are in. And I have also studied theology. So I wanted to understand, what did Christianity actually hold? So I work in a ministry with priests and work the way they do it. They do ceremony. But I have done a lot of ceremony as shamans in this life, and also in the 1600s when I lived as a masculine shaman. So now I merge all this dimension, and people have asked me, do we need to merge with past life and future life? No, we don't, because everything is showing up in the now. But when I work as a therapist and a healer, sometimes we just adjusted to this life, and sometimes past life come up. And this also happened to me when I had kind of transformed the pattern in this life and live with open heart. Then what represented to me was a lot of past life. And after all the past life, then future life came in. So I have expanded. But the most important is the life we have now. So it is not that all of us need to know future or past life. The most important is to live here and now and create heaven on earth on your terms. Because you have an innate knowing in you how heaven on earth will unfold for you. And that's also why I have made the meditation that guides you to your journey and revealing of heaven on earth. And I want to say the biggest change, as I have said, and I want to say it one more time, the new living is living with an open heart, sensing everything. Sensing Mother Nature, sensing animals, sensing plants, sensing the universe, sensing our human fellows, sensing everything. So the new shift is, it's like when I have opened my hands, I sense everything with my hands and also with all my body, but it's like my hands are kind of the tentacles from my heart, and it's like, wow, I can sense everything. And I had also, I will share this experience. My son committed suicide in 2015 when I was in the middle of the dark night of the soul, and this was really hard. And 7 months after he committed suicide, I said, I want to experience where Alexander was in himself when he wanted to commit suicide, because we can experience everything. I knew it then, even though I was in the middle of the dark night of the soul. And I don't remember how long after it was, but then I get food poisoned. And when you are food poisoned, your vibration go very deep. And in this food poison, I went into 24 hours of wanting to kill myself. I was suicidal. So for 24 hours, I felt the experience Alexander, my oldest son, was in 24 hours before he killed himself. And I don't know why I wanted it, but I had such a longing I grieved for a year. He committed suicide 2nd of July 2015, and I grieved until springtime 2016. I have grieved a little bit after that, but most of it I had gone through. So in this year, it was like, please, Alexander, hear me. So I had a lot of conversation, and we telepathically had a lot of conversation. But when I was in my biggest grief, I had some wishes for him, and I will tell some of this in another mass, because this mass is not this, because this is heaven on earth. But what I wanted to say is that we can experience whatever we want. When we know that we live heaven on earth, we can choose to experience darkness, sickness, worries, sorrow, everything. Or we can live out heaven on earth. So it's a choice, because this mother on earth is duality. So we know what we are in essence, but at the same time, we also know that we can express and experience whatever we want. And since I was in desperation and was so longing for my son, it was like, I need to feel what you went through. So I did it. So, and I have felt I have gone into a lot of my clients. I have gone into my past life and future life. So the medicine woman of the new era know that we can do this. So I have said yes to become this medicine woman of the new era. And I teach others to become medicine woman, because in the future, we will know that all of humans are embodying their own medicine. So this is one of the shifts, that we know that the best medicine for human is within. When you know your true essence, your light essence, you know that you are the medicine you are longing for. And the body will tell you all the time what you need. A month ago, suddenly my body said, you need an orange. And I hadn't eaten orange for a long time. I said, okay, so I took orange. So I do a lot, give my body a lot of vitamins, but I had forgotten the vitamin C. So, and the body told me, and thank you. So when we live as an awakened being and we are our own medicine, the body tells us everything and we can choose what we want to experience. And then you can choose to create your own heaven on earth. And before you go into this heaven on earth meditation, I will say that the next Divine Mass have a guest speaker. Divine Mass invite guests, and next Sunday, the 16th of February, Colin will speak about celestial alchemy that weaves together transformation, divine wisdom, and cosmic consciousness. And after this guided meditation, you will get a blessing and healing prayer from Divine Mass. And this Mass ends with the song North of Trine Strand, which is a song about finding home to your true home. And our true home is our true north. So thank you so much, Trine Strand, for this beautiful song that reflects the true north that we are living in, our heaven on earth. From the divine in me to the divine in you. All the best. Journey into your heaven on earth. Close your eyes and take a deep, gentle breathe in. Feel the air moving through you, filling your lungs with light. And as you exhale, release any tension, any heaviness, any thoughts of the past or future. This is your moment, a sacred moment, a moment to return to the truth of who you are. As you breathe, feel your body relaxing. Feel your shoulders softening, your heart opening. With every breath, you are being guided back home to your essence, your light, your divinity. Now imagine a golden light beginning to form at the center of your chest. A radiant, glowing presence within you. This is your divine spark, your eternal light. This light has always been with you. It is the essence of your soul, the pure love that you are. Feel it growing warmer, expanding with each breath. This light is your grace, your truth, your divinity. It holds the wisdom of all that you are and all that you have ever been. As it expands, it surrounds you like a cocoon of warmth and love. You are safe. You are whole. You are infinite. Now imagine yourself standing at the entrance of a beautiful landscape. This is your heaven on earth. It may be a secret garden, a luminous temple, a peaceful forest, or a golden light field. It is a place where your soul feels completely at peace, completely alive, completely at home. What does your heaven on earth look like? What colors do you see? What sounds do you hear? What energies do you feel around you? Take a moment to explore this space, to walk, to feel, to sense. As you move through your heaven on earth, notice how effortlessly love flows here. There is no struggle, no fear, no separation. Only grace, only light, only the pure presence of the divine within and around you. Now, in this sacred place, you see a presence before you. It is your higher self, the most radiant, limitless version of you. It looks at you with infinite love, with deep recognition. This being is you, beyond time, beyond limitation, beyond illusion. What does it feel like to stand in the presence of your own divinity? Allow this higher version of yourself to step closer. They place their hands upon your heart, and you feel a wave of pure love, pure grace, pure light pouring into you. This is your true self. This is your eternal, infinite, divine nature. Feel how this energy awakens every cell in your body. Feel how it aligns you with your highest truth. Your heaven on earth is not outside of you. It lives within you. It is who you are. Now, as you stand in this sacred space, your higher self gives you a gift. It may be a word, a symbol, an energy, or a deep knowing. Receive it now. Let it integrate fully into your being. Take a deep breath in and feel yourself merging with this divine light. You are one with your highest truth. You are one with love. You are one with heaven on earth. This is your natural state. This is the home your soul has always known. Now, gently begin to bring your awareness back. Back to your breath, back to your body, back to this moment, here and now. But as you return, you bring this light with you. You bring your heaven on earth into your daily life. You bring this frequency of love, grace and divinity into every step you take. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, slowly open your eyes. You are here. You are now. You are heaven on earth. Let this meditation activate the truth that already exists within you. Heaven on earth is not a distant place. It is a state of being. Carry this light forward. Speak from this love. Create from this truth. You are a bridge between heaven and earth. Namaste. Blessing from Divine Design. May your heart be filled with light, clarity and peace, so that you may be a source of love for yourself and all around you. May the wisdom within guide you forward, granting you the courage to create goodness each and every day. May you stand firm in your truth and your light, finding strength in knowing you are part of something greater, a tapestry of beauty, belonging and purpose. Let your path be illuminated by the joy of service, and let your love inspire wholeness and peace. For you are both the creator and a part of this heaven on earth. May you embrace the divine in yourself and in all others, living with open hands, an open mind, and an open heart. Let this day and every day that follows be an opportunity to manifest love, wisdom and joy, so that the world may be transformed through your presence. Amen.
Her kan jeg lande, bare være med. Dele tankene med nordlyset, være sammen med deg. Her finner jeg feste. Havet sang min vuggesang. Her finner jeg min ro. Nord. Dele tankene med